Welcome back to My Hero Academia Anime Review. This is episode number 22. This one reviewing the final episode of Season 3, Unrivaled, which is also the 63rd episode of the whole entire series, and the 200th chapter of the manga. Yep, the 200th chapter came out just yesterday. And Resourceful General. Let's talk about first the newest episode, the final episode of Season 3. And yes, it has been confirmed there's going to be Season 4, but it's being made right now, but they have not announced a release date for it yet. Hopefully it comes out at some point next year. That's my personal guess. That's my personal hope for it. This episode is adapted from chapters 123 to 124, and looks like they also apparently adapted the first 2 pages of chapter 125. That's pretty much where they stopped. It's like right at page 2 of chapter 125, which is kind of interesting. And from what I can tell, mostly it's the same. There's no alterations. As a matter of fact, the dialogue is mostly the same as how it is presented in the manga. Simply put, what happens in this particular episode, you have the big 3. I had to look up their names here because, well, I kind of forgot. One is named Martyr. He's actually the star of this particular episode. He's this guy right here. That's him. We also have the girl who is very curious about everybody, which not unusual because, well. And we also have Amajaka, who's very shy, and apparently they don't mention his quirk of what he has, except apparently he can see people. He can apparently looks people. All he sees is people with heads that look like potatoes. Yeah, this girl. They don't mention her. I'm trying to remember this woman's name. I think they mentioned her name once. So I barely remember what her name is, and she kind of looks like Gravity in a way, except she's more grown up. Like I'd say, if she looks like she was a few years older, and her name is Najira. Najira. Yep. And she looks almost exactly like Otaka, except that she's got blue hair and she's taller. And she looks like a little bit more mature. She's kind of like an older version of her in some way. And she's very curious, everybody. Like, she talks to Dark Shadow for a bit. She talks to the guy who's got a mask. They don't exactly explain why he has a mask, like something about his past. She talks to Pinky. She even later on plays with her horns. She's like, stop that, please. And she's like curious about everybody, which I personally would love it if she would basically interview like everyone and basically a chance to know all of these students. Because I could tell she's even in the manga, she's very curious about everybody there. And then Martyr is like, I want to test everybody's abilities by challenging the whole class. Except Bakudo does not take part in this because he's still under house arrest for another day. He doesn't show up in the episode. And of course, everybody takes them all on. Deku was the only one who actually bothered to kind of predict where he had to set up. They finally mentioned apparently he has an ability where he phases through stuff. Apparently his quirk is premonition, so it allows him to also phase through, phase through walls, phase through the ground. And he can also rebound. He also can get out of his clothes really quickly. So yeah, the female the female students all get really embarrassed. They all blush at seeing him butt naked. Of course, the guys don't really care about this at all. Like, they even show us on Earjack basically when she sees him butt naked. She's like, her face just turns red. Yeah, and he basically takes them almost all of them out by punching them all in the stomach. Yeah, he doesn't seriously hurt them, just punch them in the stomach, one punch, and that was it. And they even have it where, even afterwards, he kind of he doesn't address him by name, but it's Deku, and he sees him as a potential. He sees a potential in him, and he says yes, he may recommend him to Sir Midnight. They don't say Midnight, it's referred to as Sir. We actually see him later on in the episode find out this character overhaul, which is technically this guy here. He pops up in the episode as well. And they go to the League of Villains. I'd say it's not their main hideout per se, it's just a place for interview. And that's kind of, and of course they also have Gran Torino. This is actually his second appearance this whole season. The last time he was physically seen was actually during in a couple arcs back during the hideout raid arc. Midoriya calls him up for possible work studies. Like, no, I'm kind of busy. Talk to All Might. He'll help you out. Didn't exactly want to ask him, but the only reason why he talked to Gran Torino is he's worked with him before. Why not? And he also suggests working with possibly Sir Midnight, All Might's former sidekick. Yep. I'm trying to think. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Of course, Bakuto is seeing his normal things like everybody giving you trash. Of course, Popoff got the biggest amount of trash. Of course, this is also his last day of house arrest. Excuse me. I gotta say, fantastic episode. And I love this particular season. I can't wait for season 4 to start up. Whenever that will be, because it says, ending before they go to the credits, it says, to be continued in season 4. And then they say, season 4, coming soon. Yep. Now let's talk about the newest chapter of the manga, which focuses on Momo, aka Crazy. Yeah, this whole chapter is focused on her. And I gotta show off the cover. It is fantastic. I love this cover for the manga. It's a great cover. You have Deku, Bakuto, Shudo, Ingenium, Earth Gravity, and Momo taking the cover, which a good chunk of the known big characters, which is great. Chapter starts off with seeing Momo, an invisible girl, just fleeing from the mushroom from the girl with the mushroom quirk. Flees from her. We see the woman who basically turned her fist really big. You see Momo get a chance to fight her in this chapter. Yep. Her strategy comes from right behind. She has shield, and she was able to block her ability. Her name is Itaska Kendo. Her ability is Big Fist. She can turn her fist really big, and she gets a chance to fight her about half the episode. The Harden guy gets a chance to cheer, and it's like, that's our Kendo. Actually, it's from the other class 1B. That's actually the best one. It's like, huh? Of course, Shuda basically points it out when it comes to Momo. And she's like, you see her like in her thoughts. And the chapter ends with her smiling. She's like, and of course the other woman's like, what are you planning? And she's like, look at it, it's like, I'm gonna beat you by any means necessary. A really good chapter. Last chapter was focused on Dark Shadow. This one was focused on Momo, aka Crazy. Great chapter. Good advancement of this particular arc. This particular fight is only about 2 chapters, and it's really good. I'm really enjoying it. I think it might be slightly longer than the last battle, which took 3 chapters. This one so far is only 2 chapters in, and they're just beginning this particular fight. It'll be a while, and also, this is the first time in, I would say, about 2 or 3 chapters that Deku has been absent from this chapter. He's nowhere to be seen, with the exception of the cover. In the actual chapter itself, it's just Shudo. Yep. I'm going to give this chapter roughly a 9 out of 10. It's a really good chapter. And I like the fact that Momo, aka Crazy, is getting a chapter focused on her. And it looks like possibly next chapter, it's going to continue this. It's going to pick up probably where this chapter left off. Find out next week. And also because the anime just finished up season 3. The regular episodes thing is going to take a break until whenever the season's going to start up again. So starting next week until whenever the anime comes back, I'm going to be doing a series of specials just reviewing the manga. And I'm going to do this every week, starting with chapter 201. I got to say, it's actually not bad at the end of the season with the 63rd episode. And we have the end of season 3 and the 200th chapter of the manga come out, which is fantastic. I love it. And can you believe this manga is only publishing for almost 4 years now? Yeah, that's actually something. Yep. Otherwise, though, that's it. Stay tuned for my other reviews that I plan on doing today. But until we see you next review, bye.